Hi, and welcome to my lesson on the Beatles Get Back. In this lesson, you're going to learn all the guitar parts that you need to play the song live, including the solo and the rhythm guitar parts. For the track that you just heard, I was using my Gibson ES-175, and I'm putting that through my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, which is set clean. Okay, for the intro, I'm doing this. I'm barring across from the 4th string down on the 2nd fret. Playing an A chord basically. I'm not letting the 1st string sound though. I'm concentrating mostly on the 5th string, 4th string, and maybe a bit of the 3rd string as well. So I'm like this. I'm trying to make it sound kind of choppy to imitate the 2 guitars that are on the original recording. On the original recording, I think one guitar is going, whereas the other guitar is going. Just playing on the offbeats, playing upstrokes. So we can kind of put those 2 parts together and blend them like this. So I'll do that a little bit slower. So on the beat, I'm kind of muting a little bit, I'm hitting the guitar a little bit, and on the upstroke, my hand is out the way. I'm not sort of muting anything, let the chord ring. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we go through that first intro for 3.5 measures. So one measure is this, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we do 3.5 of those. And then we're going to hit a G chord, and then a D chord for the 2 shots before the verse. So we got a 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So that's on beat 3, 4. So I'm doing a G major bar chord, barring across the 3rd fret there. 3rd finger's on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Little finger's just underneath on the 4th string. 2nd finger's on the 3rd string of the 4th fret, G major. Then I'm going to a D chord here, open D position. So 4th string open, 1st finger's on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. 3rd finger is on the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and the 2nd finger is on the 2nd fret of the 1st string. So we get a D major, standard D major chord. You could do that with open chords too. I like the bar chord, and this sounds a bit more controlled. Okay, so that's the intro. Moving on to the verse where the singing starts, we're doing the classic kind of rock and roll guitar part. We're going to form a power chord in the 5th position. So 1st finger's on the 6th string at the 5th fret. My 3rd finger's on the 5th string at the 7th fret. I'll zoom in a little bit for that. And what I'm going to do is pump the little finger on and off the 5th string on beat 2 and beat 4. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and... So that was 2 measures of that. And this is based on an A chord. Okay, so then I'm going to slide up to the 10th fret and do 1 measure of the same thing. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... So we put that together and we got this 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Then we're going to go into the lead part. And by the way, that chord was a D chord. So we're in the 10th fret, same shape that we had down here. So we go into the lead little fills now. We're going to start on the 3rd string at the 9th fret. I'm using my 2nd finger, sliding up to the 11th. When I get there, I add my 1st finger to the 2nd string of the 10th fret. So we get this. 1 and 3rd finger now goes on the 12th fret of the 2nd string. Bend that up. As I'm holding that bend, I get my little finger underneath and put it on the 1st string at the 12th fret. Then I pick the 2nd string, which is still bent, and release. And then I'm going to come down, still in the same position. So that was 10 on the 2nd string, 11, my 2nd finger on the 3rd string, back to the 10. So we put that together, do it nice and slow. One more time. A little faster. Okay, for the next 4 bars, the rhythm, we could just play the same thing that we did before, but it kind of breaks it up the second time through after that little lead lick that we just did. It'll be like this. I'll do it slowly. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Now after that, we go into this lead, second lead lick. I'll explain that in a second. Let's go back to that rhythm part that's kind of more broken up and more sparse. We go 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so that was all on the A chord. Then we slide up to 10. 1 and 2, 3, 4, and then we're into the lead bit. Okay, so the second lead fill is almost identical. It just changes a little bit at the very end, the last note. So we're going to slide in just like before. This is all like before, the bend with the third finger, getting that little finger underneath on the first string of the 12th fret, picking the 12, releasing that bend again, 10th fret of the second string, 11th fret of the third string, and then the first finger goes back to 9. That's what's different there. So we go. Okay, so the whole of the verse, I'll do it nice and slow, will be like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4. Okay, now we're on to the chorus. So to start the chorus, we're going to slide from the 7th fret on the 6th string to the 9th. I'm using the 3rd finger. Then I'm going to go on to the next string, the 5th string at the 7th fret. Then the 9th, so we get. And then 4th string at the 7th fret, so we get this. Okay, then I keep my finger on that and I form an A7 chord, which is here. You may want to get rid of that. Jump to it like that. That's how I do. I keep that finger there, and then I add my 3rd finger to the 3rd string at the 9th fret. 2nd finger is going on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. Little finger is going on the 9th fret of the 1st string. So we get this A7 chord. So we get to that chord, and I'm going to go down, up, down, up, down. Important to use alternate picking on that strumming because it's very fast. So that one more time, nice and slow. Okay, with some alternate fingering, if we don't want to hold the first finger to make it a tiny bit easier. We do that the same, then we get rid of that note and put our 2nd finger on the 3rd string at the 9th fret, 1st finger on the 8th fret, and of the 2nd string, 3rd finger on the 1st string at the 9th fret. Same strumming. Just have to be a bit more careful because we've got less strings covered there. Okay, but it might make it easy for you to grab that chord quickly. So this riff we do twice. Then the chord changes. That's all over the A chord. Chord changes to D here at this point. We're still on the chorus. We do this lick again, but now we bar across. So this is the 7th fret, and now I'm just lying the 1st finger across from the 4th string down and adding my 2nd finger to the 1st string of the 8th fret. This is a D7 shape. All right, and from this voice in here. So I'm going to do the same rhythm on that. So a down, up, down, up, down. Just like before. Okay, after that we go back to the one we just did previous because it goes back to an A chord. So the first 4 measures of the chorus of this, I'll do it nice and slow. also hear the band go G, D over this last little chord strum on A7. So you could do either or. I stick to this, which you can clearly hear on the recording. Okay, now for the next 4 measures of the chorus, it's all the same, but we just miss a little bit off the end. So we're going to go through this again. It's all on the A7. Now the D7. Now here's where we cut it short. We just stop on that note. We don't do the strumming on the last one. So this is the whole of the chorus, nice and slow. Okay, after that we're going to go into the guitar solo. So this is the guitar solo. It's based on those little lead fills that we did before. So at the start of the guitar solo, we're going to start like we did the lead fill. We're going to slide in from the 9th to the 11th fret on the 3rd string. But we're going to repeat that note. So we get 1 and 2 and 3. And that note is the 10th fret of the 2nd string. Then we go 4 and... just like before, so then 10th fret, again it's just like before, 10th fret, 11th fret, 10th fret on the 2nd and 3rd string. So we're going to slide in from the 7th to 9th fret on the 5th string now. Now on the 4th string, 7, 9, 7 on the 3rd string. Okay, I'll put that together. One more time. Now I drop back to the 5th fret on the 3rd string with the 1st finger, then the 7th fret of the 4th string and back. And that last note you're doing a slow bend to C sharp, so... Okay, so this is the first 4 measures of the solo, nice and slow. So at the end of the first 4 measures of the solo, I put a little G to D. The lead guitar doesn't do that on the recording, but I like to do it just to fill it out, because often when I play the song in bands, I'm the only guitar player. So that's optional. You could do it as a bar chord as well. Okay, now we're into the next 4 measures of the guitar solo. It starts off with the same idea, but more with a stuttering kind of rhythm. We're sliding in from the 9th fret to the 11th on the 3rd string with the 2nd finger again. When we arrive there, we place our 1st finger on the 10th fret of the 2nd string, and then we play this rhythm. I'll do that one more time. So after that, we're going to go to the 12th fret with the 3rd finger on the 2nd string. Pick it twice. The second one I'm bending up just like before, tucking the little finger underneath to play the 1st string of the 12th fret, still holding the bend, then release it. So I'll put that together. And after that, we're going to go to that little phrase just like before. So 10 on the 2nd string, 11 on the 3rd, 10 again on the 2nd string. Then we're going to go to the 5th string at the 7th fret, slide into the 9th with the 3rd finger. This is just like before. 4th string, 7 and 9, then 7 on the 3rd string. So, and just like before, we go back to the 5th fret and go 5 on the 3rd string, 7 on the 4th string, 5 on the 3rd string. So, just like before. So this is what we got so far on the second 4 bars of the solo. I'll do it nice and slow. So after we come out of this, and 4 and 1 and 2 and that's really kind of crammed in there. I'll do it one more time, nice and slow. Okay, so this is the last measure of the solo. Third finger is on the second string of the 7th fret. Do a little bend. Then I go to the 5th fret of the 2nd string. Then jump over to the 4th fret. Sorry, jump over to the 4th string. 7th fret. Then the 3rd string at the 5th fret. So you get 1. Okay, and then the last lick, another bend on the 7th fret of the 3rd string. So that was with the 3rd finger, 3rd string, 7th fret, 5th fret of the 3rd string, 7th fret of the 4th string, back to the 5th fret of the 3rd string. So we put that together yet? I'll do that a little bit slower.